A bumper Ninja A-League clash from Tarneet as Ironbark Fields hosts Western United against Sydney FC for the very first time. Western United might have won the first two meetings between these clubs head-to-head, but Sydney FC brings a four-game winning streak to Western United's home today, which of course includes dominating the 2023 Ninja A-League Grand Final. So Western United perhaps a home underdog this afternoon as they look to try and kickstart their season. Surprisingly low, both these teams on the table, given their pre-season prospects. Western United make three changes to the team that drew with Newcastle in Unite round. They've lost Chloe Lagazzo to concussion suffered on Matilda's duty, and Catherine Zimmerman to a minor hamstring injury. In come Avani Prakash, Kiwa Hieda and Julia Sato to the starting 11, while Alana Cordolino and Chiara Di Demizio are added to the substitutes bench. There's Chloe Lincoln. What a 24 hours for the 19-year-old goalkeeper, winning her first Matilda's cap not too far from Tarneet down at Cardinia Park in Geelong last night. So not a long trip to come back from international duty for club duty the very next day. Sydney FC make three changes to the team that drew with Melbourne City in Unite round. Talia Franco is preferred to Brianna Edwards in goal. Shay Holman restored to the midfield, while Avi Lemon is chosen in defence ahead of Faye Bryson, who moves to the bench. So Western United out of the huddle. They enjoyed a good win against Wellington Phoenix right here at Ironbark Fields on the first night of the season. But they are winless in three since. Uncharacteristic ladder positions for these two teams. 9th against 10th at kickoff. 3 points could vault either up the table today. Who will take the initiative? Both teams wearing their home kit as well, which is great to see. Sydney FC in their customary sky blue, Western United in the green and black. And it's Western United who will kick off into the wind in this first half. Anyone who watched the A-League men's yesterday will know that the left of your screens was heavily favoured by the blustery conditions, and it hasn't eased up by kickoff today. We will wait and see just how big a factor it turns out to be in today's game. Avani Prakash, the youngster, will be one of the Western United midfielders trying to play into that wind in the first half. And the referee just making the final checks, satisfied that all is in order to get this Ninja A-League clash underway. It's Western United against Sydney FC. These two met in the 2023 Grand Final, and it was the first of a four-game winning streak that Sydney FC brings to this matchup today. Western United hoping to grab just their second win of the season and a first touch for the newly minted Matilda, Chloe Lincoln, 19 years of age and already playing her 41st Ninja A-League game out here this afternoon. Throwing it right back for Tori Tumeth. Ball headed on. Shay Connors gets a touch. Now Indiana Dos Santos. Alana Cern trying to take possession here under the pressure of Shay Connors and found the way back to Lincoln. Off the head of Abby Lemon, one of the starters today, and the ball slides out for a throw-in. So definitely a couple of big calls for this Sydney FC team. It always is when you change your goalkeeper, but Faye Bryson on the bench as well. The English defender who moved from the Central Coast Mariners in the off-season. Abby Lemon has gone straight in at left back, it seems, today. Here's Sarah Egersvik, the Philippines international. Back to Grace Ma. And now away goes Sasha Grove. Didn't like the options further up the pitch, and so more than happy to play a long back pass down to Lincoln. Alana Cern. Cern shows a lot of the ball to the midfield, but still runs down that heavy touch. Can't make the most of the pass, picked off by Nat Tobin. And now here's Abini, equaling that club appearance record today. Ran into a 1-on-3, and the numbers one out for Western. Sato to Egersvik, and now Avani Prakash, the Sydney sider who's kick-started her career down in Melbourne with Western United, to another former Sydney FC player, Carly Johnson. Turning onto her right foot, Johnson, and held on to a confidence-boosting catch for Talia Franco in goal. And when it's been almost 2 years since your last appearance in the Ninja A-League, that first save so important for the young keeper, Talia Franco, a member of the young Matildas that went to the Under-20 World Cup in Colombia but didn't see the field, deputising for Chloe Lincoln, who of course is at the other end today. And might be called into action here. Long ball with the wind behind it. Yeah, Shay Connors is quick, but I think the players will quickly learn that chasing a long pass down to the left of screen is going to be pretty difficult today. Ma. Now Egersvik out to Grove. Grove hoping for Prakash, has drawn Tumeth all the way up from right back, but Western United do get the throw in. Dos Santos against Prakash, a couple of the young guns. At this time it's Sydney FC who get the nod. Tumeth's throw in. Dos Santos volleying on, straight to Ma. Tumeth again. Good use of the body there from Connors on the tight angle, and sends that one high and wide, out for a goal kick. Shay Connors scored the match-winning goal in last season's grand final for Sydney FC, but it remains her one and only goal for the club. Cern with a long clearance. You hear Ante Juric there saying good job, because that long ball was misdirected and gives possession immediately back to the visiting team. Abby Lemon, the 22-year-old, playing game number 28 today. Taranto caught in possession. Connors heard the shout from Hawkesby on the left, tucks it back inside for Maddie Caspers, and now Lemon. Coleman to Hawkesby. Stuck back to goal at the moment though. Now Lemon, underhit pass. That allowed Taranto to come in and win possession, and a throw in. Abby Lemon, whose only career goal was against Western United back in round 19 last season. So that might have been part of the thinking from Ante Juric bringing her in. Good history head-to-head against this particular opponent. Holman, now Caspers. Lemon. Mel Taranto starting today. Of course, her sister Adriana still out, we believe, until at least March due to a torn ACL. So past the halfway mark of rehabbing that injury, but still some way away from returning to this Western United team. series of throw-ins and clearances here has moved Sydney FC right down to the edge of their attacking third. Lemon. Headed away from a beanie, an awkward ball to judge. Kiwa Hieda swings a right foot through the ball. Jordan Thompson over to Nat Tobin. Holman. And it is an interesting setup for Western United today. No Catherine Zimmerman, no Chloe Lagazzo. Really, they don't have a recognised striker on the pitch. They've effectively started with two wingers up top in Hieda and also Carly Johnson. And so whether they have the instincts of playing centre forward or not will be fascinating to see. Sandra Ibarguen was already ruled out for this game due to injury, but then losing Zimmerman and Lagazzo has left them a bit short-handed in that one particular division of the pitch. Long passes will be fraught with danger today, going to the right of screen. The ball will hold up into the wind, and Alana Cern turns and goes backwards from the restart here. And now has no choice, has to go for distance. Kept the ball low enough that it found its target. Grove for Carly Johnson in a battle with Jordan Thompson, right against the byline. Johnson appeals to the referee. Thompson made the ball her focus and clears. Not very far though. Prakash, now Eggersvik. Taranto has to backtrack, and that misplaced pass could prove costly. Abini trying to escape. Sato stops any further progress, but it's coming back with interest, and Princess Abini is away. Sato backtracking in earnest. Abini to Hawkesby. Now Caspers. Here's Dos Santos. It's Indiana Dos Santos on a tight angle and couldn't twist it back towards the target. It caught a deflection from Chloe Lincoln, who was diving full stretch, and it's a corner kick. Here's another look. So the first corner of the game. And Mackenzie Hawkesby, whose corner kick led to the opening goal in that 2023 Grand Final, is on duty right here again. Hawkesby's corner. And solidly headed away. Well done by Sato. The follow-up is sliced high. No real threat to the net of Western United in the end. Shay Holman yet to open her Ninja A-League account. The number 6 playing in defensive midfield, her natural position. 42 games now without finding that elusive first goal. Western inviting the pressure on here. Grace Marr from right down at the byline. Prakash. Jumeth. Long ball over the right. Hawkesby's just moving wherever she feels the game needs her at the moment, roaming across that attacking midfield. However, the defence closed ranks on this occasion. Well, the assistant referee and Tori Jumeth clearly disagree. The flag was pointing firmly Western United's direction, but Jumeth wasn't to know. The defender who spent a couple of seasons with Melbourne City, so knows what living down in Victoria is about before moving back to her hometown of Sydney. And now Sydney FC do have the throw. Thompson. Tobin. Headed away by Medwin. And now second ball in midfield, Eggersvik. Sends it left to Prakash. Grove. Well, it's telling the first thought of many Western players is to go backwards today. Will it draw enough Sydney FC players up the pitch to open some gaps? Long ball here. Amy Medwin off and running. Still yet to see a really purposeful Western United attack, but they do have a throw in. And Tobin frustrated at having to just boot the ball to safety. I suggested prior to kickoff that they might be underdogs today, Western United, and they really do seem to be approaching this game with a bit of an underdog mentality, inviting Sydney FC on and then looking to hit on the counter. Connors. Ibini leaves the ball with Caspers, but Cern comes through to win it. Forward, not back, is the shout from Sydney coach Ante Juric on the sidelines. Here's Grace Maher, just booting it long, going for distance, and can't bring Kiwa Hieda into the equation. So 11 minutes without a great opportunity for either team to score so far at Ironbark Fields. Neat pass from Holman to Caspers. And now space to distribute for Holman. Goes back to Thompson. Jimeth. Long ball down the right flank. Hawkesby off and running. Has got Grace Maher for company. Hawkesby wasting no time delivering across, and Maher deflects it behind for another corner kick. They don't have an obvious tall target to aim for at set pieces, Sydney. Tori Tumeth and Nat Tobin have set piece goals in their history. Jordan Thompson's not the tallest centre back, but definitely a tough competitor. Can Hawkesby pick out one of them? Another drifting corner. This time it is Tobin. Down to Tumeth and saved at close range by Lincoln. The centre backs teamed up and nearly opened the scoring. Ball in again, and sliced away this time. Western have got a player down, and they've got two players down. The referee is going to whistle play dead here. I think Grace Maher may have copped a blow to the nose. There's a second player down as well for the home side. Physical defending. It's either the nose or the teeth for Grace Maher, and they're going to call the trainer here. Let's have another look. First headed Tobin. Tumeth, left-footed prod towards the line. Now, interestingly there, Grace Maher's already down. And the other player needing treatment is Alana Cern. So, both centre-backs injured for Western United, while both of Sydney FC's centre-backs were combining to create the best chance of the game so far. Let's take another look. So, Hawkesby's drifting corner. Maher's already down there, so must have copped a stray arm or something. And you see Chloe Lincoln, after making that save, standing over her fallen teammate. Hard to tell. It might even have been friendly fire there, I suspect. But Cern in the pile-up of bodies has also been hurt here. The Western United bench today has one recognised defender in Isabel De Harkis. All right. Here's another look. Where's Grace Maher in all this? It seems as though she was pursuing Tori Tumeth, and it might have been a trailing arm that has left her prone there. That has given us a bit more of an answer, trying to break down exactly what went wrong. This is going to run up stoppage time here in the first half. And certainly a moment of concern for Kat Smith to have two defenders that are centre-back partners, both really struggling. It's unclear what's wrong with Cern. We know it was a blow to the face for Maher, and she's back on her feet, which is good news. Doesn't appear to have drawn blood either. And Alana Cern, well, there's nothing actively being treated at the moment, so it's very hard to tell exactly what the ailment is. There's the team manager, Amanda Stella. She's watching on with a degree of concern as well. Of course, Alana Cern, a very important player to Western United. She was their first ever signing when they entered the Ninja A-League. That's a relief. Cern's up. You see there's an elbow bandage there, so maybe it's an arm injury that has caused her some problems. All right, let's watch Cern here as well. Just the tangle of legs and maybe the fall. So all sorts of debate about what happens next. Cern continues to get her arm treated, so that is the concern for her. It's 9 versus 10 outfielders for now. Ebini, Holman, Lemon, it's going to dip. Too late, catches the roof of the net on the way past. And it will be in Western United's interests to try to slow things down now because they are down to 10 players. Another look at Lemon. And Alana Cern is going to run hampered seemingly around to the halfway line to try and get waved back on by the 4th official. For now, Sydney FC still have one more player on the pitch than their opponent. And it means that Sarah Egersvik has seemingly moved into centre back while Cern is off the pitch. Long ball here for Hieda to go and chase, and it will tumble out. Well, the chanting from the crowd tells you that Alana Cern's good to continue. And she's back with even more bandaging now on that right arm at the centre of defence. Grace Ma also back up and running. Hieda plays it to Medwin. A bit of confusion there. Multi-ball for a second. Julia Sato happy to take the throw in a good 10 metres further back from where the ball went out. Grove. Prakash. Not too many easy passes in the attacking half on for Western at the moment. They're going to try and force something here. And indeed, they're not able to make it work. So Sydney FC's midfield setup definitely stifling the home side at the moment. Tobin, long ball. Solid header from Cern. Ebini. Connors trying to pick the pocket of Cern, but the momentum of spilling the ball took it long and out for a goal kick. And playing even out of the defensive third has got its challenges at the moment. Grove was stopped there by young Indiana Dos Santos. 27th appearance today for the 17-year-old. And Lincoln this time is going to try a long goal kick. It's going to just make it to the centre circle. Hieda concedes possession to Ebini, and now Dos Santos. It was just waiting for the ball to get there. Eventually it did. Down to Hawkesby, and they run out of room. And just for a moment there, it looked as though Dos Santos was free at the top of the box, but the pass took its time rolling down to Dos Santos, and that allowed Western to scramble back in defence. One career goal for Dos Santos, scored back when she was just 15 years old in March of 2023. Taranto. Now Medwin breaking out into space on the right. Amy Medwin turning on the afterburners here. Whips it across, it sits up, and a great save from Franco. Kiwa Hieda can't believe she hasn't scored, and Talia Franco showing her qualities. Amy Medwin with a great run to open up the game, and Hieda, well, would have been forgiven for thinking that was 1-0 Western United. The right hand of Talia Franco deflecting it out for a corner kick. And it's straight down to business now for the 19-year-old keeper. Western United's best attacking moment of the game and their first corner kick. Here's Taranto. A high-end swinger straight onto the head of Timeth. Sato loads up a second ball. Lemon watched it bounce initially, then had to clear it away. Grove volleys again. Thompson nodding it down. Prakash takes possession. Tried for the 1-2 with Cern, couldn't quite pull it off. Hawkesby. And now through comes Sato. Great little chop step, but Jimeth refused to be beaten. The ball falls to Carly Johnson. Johnson on her non-preferred right foot. And it's out for a goal kick. Here's another look. It was the speed of Medwin really pushing Abby Lemon here, and then knew that the cross was on. Close range. That's a really good save. The reflexes and the reaction time has got to be good to get a hand to it. Never mind that sort of power to tip it over the crossbar. So Talia Franco off to a great start in this game for Sydney. And they're on notice. Western United with their best attack so far. And they might be under the pump from another counter here. Dos Santos losing out to Taranto. Taranto with a heavy touch, showed a lot of the ball to Thompson. And the American centre back doesn't need a second invitation to go and win the ball. Lemon. Holman. And that pass ends up at the feet of the coach. Here's Taranto this time. That touch there just far enough out in front that Thompson could commit to the slide challenge and indeed spilled the ball. Connors. Caspers to Abini. Well, Abini tried to take the game on, but did so in a bit of a tight squeeze. Julia Sato. Throw in here is coming back a little shallow, and both teams appealing that it's their throw in. Sydney FC get the nod. Nat Tobin. Lemon against Medwin. Trying to win the pace battle the other way. Abby Lemon now has had to be kept defensively accountable by Medwin at the other end of the pitch. And a free kick will get Western United out of defence here. Maddie Caspers, the youngster who missed the grand final last season due to a leg injury. Back up and running at the start of the new campaign, doing quite well. Pass given away here, Holman. Hoping for a beanie, headed away by Cern. Now Caspers. Pickpocketed by Medwin. And then Medwin ran into Holman, but the deflection a kind one. Kiwihieda has only got Carly Johnson ahead of the ball, so bides her time, waiting for support. See Sydney FC are back in numbers. And now they've got their midfield and defence set up behind the ball. Sydney FC considerably more accurate with the ball at the moment, but perhaps understandable with Western United playing into the wind in this first half. A few more speculative passes that haven't quite come off. Thompson. Hieda senses the chance to press up on Tobin here. Now Thompson, a sliced clearance. Sato's header down to Holman. Ibini, Hawkesby, Connors hanging off the last defender. The pass isn't coming though. Hawkesby wants to go sideways. Now Dos Santos catches a deflection or two, and that took all the sting out of the shot. Well, we saw that unfolding there, but Mackenzie Hawkesby, rather than try to play the through ball for Shay Connors, wanted to move it laterally instead. Cern. Grace Marr. Eggersvik. Sydney easing off to the halfway line here, so Western United will need to find the right pass in the attacking half. And it's not there for them. We saw that passing accuracy stat, less than 50% in the attacking third. They can't even get the ball that far on this occasion, and Kat Smith will be taking mental notes of all of these little moments where they're just not sharp today. Western United hoping to build into this game as it goes on. Eggersvik. Ma, long ball through the left channel, and that's keeper's ball. Easy collect for Franco. Tobin goes for distance. Out to the left. Ebini was the hope, volleyed away by Sato. Hawkesby lays it off for Holman, who passed it into a bit of a trap. Sato won the ball. Taranto was watching it roll towards her, and that allowed Holman to get back in and make it difficult. Ma. And Sasha Grove will sweep onto a loose ball here. Prakash. Ivani Prakash is not getting much joy out of playing against Tori Chimeth, but at least has a foul for a little tap of the ankles here. Grace Ma restarts play with the free kick. Taranto. Cern. Caught in possession, Hawkesby. Taranto back in on Connors. Brief moment of panic for Western United, but Taranto was able to recover. But they have been forced all the way back to their defensive penalty area now. Eggersvik. Cern saw Sato, Julia Sato. A slow and steady build here from the home side. You see perfect angle for that pass, not quite to the advantage of Grove, and so they're forced backwards once again. Grove, more positive this time, rolling into the attacking half.
Step a little bit midfield. Get in front, Jay, get in front. Cover!
Cern trying to forge a path through the right. Medwin able to spin out to the flank. Medwin lifts in across. And Chimeth wins the header. And the volley now from Eggersvik. Well, the diminutive Ivani Prakash was hoping that cross had just enough to get to her. And then Eggersvik's follow-up sliced away. But Medwin's been the player to make something happen for Western United. You see Prakash set herself for the header, but the much taller Chimeth won it initially. And then Eggersvik slicing that away. He's an occasional goal scorer for a national team. 5 goals in 25 caps for the Philippines. So wearing the number 9 shirt, it's a little bit disorienting to see that on a central midfielder rather than a striker. But it does suggest that Sarah Eggersvik has got a goal in her. And as we approach the half-hour mark, Western United will find themselves penned into their right-back corner here. Julia Sato has picked up the ball a good 15 metres further up the pitch from where it went out here, so not sure anyone's protesting too earnestly about it. Just waiting for a boot to be done up here. Rogue shoelace. Mel Taranto back up and running. And straight back into the action. Taranto sliced down the right sideline. Neither team definitively on top at the moment. It's really been more a match of little flashes of individual skill that have been able to try and separate the teams. rather than one team's game style really definitively getting on top, it must be said. Lemon. And in a pocket of space, Caspers. Ibini. Stops and props. Back to Lemon. Trying for the 1-2 with Caspers. Connects, and then the cross was underhit. And picked up by Lincoln. The Canberra connection, Lincoln and Sasha Grove. Not able to advance the ball any further though. Prakash. And through the right side, here's Tumeth. It's going to deflect on. Connors can turn. And Caspers is offside. And the midfielder who does have an eye for goal, Maddie Caspers. Well, a bit of confusion here. We saw the assistant referee, Jasmine Steger. I wonder if that was the central referee's call for offside. Yeah, just eavesdropping on Ante Juric here. You don't need them, obviously. How is that offside? That was his quote. He's always good for a one-liner, the Sydney FC coach, but that must have been the central referee whistling for the offside rather than the assistant raising the flag. I'm sure your thoughts on whether or not it actually was offside probably depend what lens you watch the game through. Look at Caspers, the number 26. Gee, I don't know, Grace Ma and Devani Prakash maybe were playing her on there, but we don't have a perfect angle. You've got to trust the referee's call. He's still going about it, Ante Juric. Why do you have linesmen, he asks. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be another tough tackle or contentious decision only moments away to take everyone's focus. Might be right here. Caspers wins the ball. Connors. Shay Connors! Just wide. Oh, it looked promising off the boot, but it just kept sliding wide of the right-hand post. Caspers did well to win the ball. Connors made the run. Caspers pass, perfectly timed. And Connors took aim at the top right corner and just couldn't nestle it. Really good opportunity for Sydney FC. Eggersvik, Taranto. Johnson had a difficult pass for Prakash to do anything with as it goes out on the outer side. Carly Johnson, who started her career at Sydney FC with a handful of games in the 21-22 season before moving to Western United for their inaugural campaign. Sato. Go quick is the message to Abby Lemon. Ibini. Here's Thompson. Well, the crowd finding their voice. And the defence will need to find the right position here because Hawkesby's in behind. Caspers cleared away. And now perhaps with the crowd behind them, can Western United rise to the occasion? Prakash. Slides at central for Eggersvik. Now Medwin. The next pass all important. Medwin looks up at Lemon. Lemon got a boot in. Medwin still going. Has to go sideways rather than forwards, but Western are committing some numbers up the pitch. Sasha Grove about as far forward in attack as we've seen her today, the left back. And maybe getting nosebleeds here because she's retreating back to the halfway line. And Alana Sir. Ma. Tumbling ball forward, difficult to control for Taranto, but still drew Nat Tobin in for a clearance. Bouncing ball just inside the box. Tumeth leans into a header. Eggersvik. Grove again. Can't find a way past Dos Santos. Into the final 10 minutes of regulation of this first half. And No call for Western United. Carly Johnson, not for the first time today, appealing to the ref, but no whistle forthcoming. Prakash. Johnson gets another chance. Stuck in a 1-on-2. Sato's volley straight to Hawkesby, and Hawkesby, heavy first touch, gifting the ball straight back. Eggersvik, Prakash. Cern. Pass not to the advantage of Johnson. Cleared away by Lemon. Grace Maher. And as the half has gone on, you see the tackle success rate there. Western United have started to enjoy the possession in slightly more advanced areas of the pitch, but they're still struggling to find a way through the Sydney midfield. And it does result in back passes to the defenders to reset on a regular occasion. You see the number 9 shirt in that corridor of the pitch there, Sarah Eggersvik. You feel as though she might be key to trying to advance the ball here. It's Sydney's turn in possession for now. Hawkesby, and not able to bring Caspers into play, and a late little burst there from Caspers. Well, the ball ultimately did find its way out, or did it? No. It's a moot point because Lincoln's got it under control. Long clearance from Lincoln. Caspers to Dos Santos. Prakash unable to take the ball with the slide tackle. Tobin. Incisive pass to Holman, who's got it all to do and is able to wiggle away from Taranto. Now Hawkesby, ball over the top and asking too much of Connors. Well, brief flashes of promising moments for the Sydney FC midfield as they move forward. Final pass, just not quite able to be to the advantage of Connors. The one time they had a really nicely measured pass, Matty Caspers had Shay Connors in for a shot that went just wide. Sydney FC's best chance of the game so far. Maher. Carly Johnson. Kiwahieda. Finds space in midfield. Prakash. Out to Medwin on the right. Resuming her duel with Abby Lemon. Medwin. Well, knocked it on that time, and Abby Lemon takes the points. Medwin maybe had got the better of her a couple of times, but it's the Sydney FC defender who comes out on top on this occasion. Tobin. Ibini kept the ball in, but Western United are first to react. A shallow back pass from Sato, draws out Lincoln. Sliced clearance, danger far from averted. Sato back in again. Holman. And now Lemon. Nat Tobin, right up the middle. And not for the first time in this half, a long ball to a central position is beyond the running capabilities of, well, any player. Shay Connors, the luckless forward that's been tasked with chasing some of those long passes. And right on cue, we see another one, this time well beyond the chase of Mackenzie Hawkesby as well. And with 5 minutes of regulation to go in the first half, the wind has picked back up a little bit. And you wonder just how much the character of this game might change as Western United attack with the wind at their backs in the second half. And whether or not the teams have substitutions in mind to adjust for that possibility. Sydney would love to capitalise, though, with the wind in their sails at the end of the first half. Holman saw Rabini on the flank. Princess Abini, all about the delivery. Engaged Sato, and that's a great one-on-one tackle from Sato. Medwin now coughs up the ball. Caspers, Lemon, Ibini. Western United sitting very deep here. Sydney FC not exactly forcing the issue just yet. Hawkesby is in the middle waiting as Lemon turns onto the right side. Lemon, Connors. Half-hearted shouts for handball by the American striker, who then weaves out of the penalty area. Recycles the ball back to Tumeth. And a header on from Grace Marr, slides out for a corner kick. Let's have another look at this piece of attacking play. Shay Connors did volley it into her own arm, but the referee saw fit to allow play to continue. And even though it's Sydney's third corner, it's their first that favours the right foot of Mackenzie Hawkesby and a potential in-swinger here. Could we see her shoot direct on goal from the corner kick? Hawkesby to the back post it goes, and that is solid contact on Chloe Lincoln, and the referee whistles for a foul. Nat Tobin in challenging the goalie. And Hawkesby did go direct. Used the wind, bent it in. It's a good first-time claim, and then Nat Tobin's gone crashing into Lincoln. And an easy decision to pay the foul. Good goalkeeping, and Hawkesby, even though it may have been predictable what was coming, you can't really blame her for trying, given just how difficult those situations can be to defend. So we're expecting at least 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage at the end of the first half, so plenty of time to affect the contest before the break. Possibly even a little bit more due to the amount of time spent treating both Grace Marr and Alana Cern from an incident earlier in the half where both were down. Marr with a knock to the face and Cern with an arm injury, which he is still wearing the bandages for here. A slip, and Connors is in and puts it wide. And Cern has hurt herself going to ground again. This troublesome arm is a real problem. You see the heavily bandaged elbow, but that slip there opened the door for Connors, and the right-footed shot slewed off the laces wide of the target. Alana Cern's back up and running. Halftime break, I think, can't come quickly enough for Alana Cern. Is she going to be able to play out this game? She is a tough customer, but that arm is clearly causing her a lot of pain. And Shay Connors, that's a couple of good chances now in this half to put Sydney FC into the lead. Connors again, over the shoulder. Hawkesby off and running. Cern got the balance right on the header. Connors, now Dos Santos. Block tackle. Ball spills to Holman. Jordan Thompson. Pass inside, Beanie able to keep possession. Princess Beanie bearing down on goal and shot it straight at the keeper. Well, had a choice there, Rabini, to push it towards the bottom right as she saw it across the goalkeeper, but ended it up hooking it right back into Chloe Lincoln's path. And it may go down as a regulation save, but that was a great chance. And Sydney FC definitely finishing the half the stronger here. How many more minutes of stoppage time will they get to try and capitalise on their momentum, though? It really does feel as though Western United are holding out for the halftime break. Free kick going Tumeth's way. Three additional minutes signalled by the fourth official, and you feel like these are 3 massive minutes in the context of the game. Sydney's last 3 with the wind at their backs. All things considered, Western United have now done well to keep a 0-0 scoreline. The chances have really started to add up over the course of the half. Prakash, now Medwin. Sato, Taranto, and now Grace Maher, the natural left footer, so opened up that side of the pitch to play it to Grove. And a collision here results in a free kick and the first yellow card of the game. Tori Tumeth running foul of the referee. Kiwihiata was bounced right back up. Let's have another look. It was Hieta taking on Tumeth and getting caught on the way past. So the first booking of the game. Tumeth will have to watch her step into the second half. And maybe a chance to score against the run right at the end of this first half for Western United. Taranto and Maher discussing what they're going to try on this free kick. Taranto, it drifts across the penalty area, and that free kick comes to naught for Western United. Two of the additional 3 minutes have been played. Cern. You can see she's so mindful every time she goes to ground not to put her arms out now. It's a real issue. Will she be able to play on in the second half after treatment during the break? That's the question. Thompson. Hawkesby chasing. Maher hooks it away. Lansing headed down from Grove. Hieta. Well, the pass back was risky. It invited Hawkesby onto the ball. Grace Maher made a block. And Maher right against the line here with Hawkesby. It's going to hug the touchline. It hasn't gone out. Tumeth hooks it back into the box. Half volleyed away by Cern. Hair-raising defending at the end of the half from Western United. Prakash crashes in. And the ball finds its way out. Stoppage time will expire. Will Sydney have time to take the throw? Seems as though they will, but they've got to hurry. Going backwards could tempt the halftime whistle. Thompson swings in the cross, and Chloe Lincoln makes the catch. And that will take the game to halftime. Chances for both sides. The majority of them going Sydney FC's way. And this game is delicately poised. A draw doesn't really help either side push up the table. Every incentive to go for it in the second half. And they might have to, these two sides, if they want to break the deadlock today, because two good young goalkeepers have shown what they're made of through 45 minutes so far. That halftime score is Western United 0, Sydney FC 0. So let's get into the highlights from this first half. And Sydney FC were on the attack early. Indiana Dos Santos, that went out for a corner. The resulting corner is where we had the pile-up of bodies that led to treatment for Cern and Maher after Tori Tumeth was denied with that close-range prod saved by Chloe Lincoln. Abby Lemon landed this one on the roof of the net. Sydney well and truly on top, but Amy Medwin managed to give Western United one of their best moments of the half, and Kiwihiata drawing a brilliant save out of Talia Franco. Hasn't had a huge amount of work, Franco, but when she's been called upon, she's had moments like this. Brilliant save. Hieta couldn't believe it wasn't 1-0 to the home side. Shay Connors was played through by Maddie Caspers and bet that shot just wide of the target. Agonising on that occasion for the American striker. And then Mackenzie Hawkesby's corner, honing right in on goal. A good catch by Lincoln. And got fouled for her trouble by Nat Tobin, who arrived late. And at the end of the half, it was chance after chance quite frequently for Sydney FC. Connors not able to make the most of it there. Alana Cern did everything other than commit a foul after trying to make amends for her deflection off the body. And Connors wasn't able to make her pay. And then Princess Abini had a choice of where to shoot, and ultimately straight at the keeper was where the ball ended up. So a hard-fought end of the half for Western United to maintain that 0-0 scoreline. They might be shading possession, but Sydney FC, the more accurate, 6 fouls to 1, tells its own story as well about the physicality in the contest. But just how drastically will it change in the second half when Western United have the wind at their backs? It's 0-0 for now.
Any spectator that enters the field of play without authorisation will be evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, and handed over to police for further questioning. A financial fine may also be issued. The APL is committed to providing a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone, and we ask you to respect the players and match officials while remaining in the seating bowl. And you can make it with Ninja. Barbecues are better with electric grills that sear and char like a gas grill. Plus, you can also barbecue, smoke and air fry outdoors. Backyard bashes are better with pizza ovens that give you crispy crust, high heat roasting and barbecue smoking. No matter how you're spending your time outdoors this summer, bring the indoors outdoors with Ninja. Top Gear Australia is now on 10. Bo Ryan, Jonathan Lapalia and Blair Jocelyn are freewheeling across the world. Buckle up for Top Gear's high-octane action. Thursday, 7:30 on 10 and 10 Play. Now there's a mountain of football on Paramount Plus. The only place to see every A-Leagues, Combat Matildas and Subway Socceroos game. Live stream every game, every goal and every moment live on Paramount Plus. And get ready to cheer. Just like Liberty supports the A-Leagues, they're on your team too. Whether you're planning a holiday or buying a new home, they can provide the assist you need to kick your free thinking goals. Liberty, loans for free thinkers. Hey guys, now's no better time to grab one of your season 24-25 women's home or away kits, featuring sharp collars and bold retro features, including the famous Kappa banding down the sides. Now available in youth sizing starting from a teeny tiny size 2. You can have Christmas sorted by picking one up for the whole fam, or the perfect way to spoil yourself. Be sure to visit our iconic merch man on the concourse to grab your jersey tonight. We've also got a wide range of fabulous accessories that make the perfect gift idea, including some new festive gift packs priced at under $15. Our season's player badges have also been restocked, so no better way to support your favourite player than by proudly wearing their badge on your club scarf or cap. Remember, all Western United members receive 10% off all merchandise, so be sure to sign up as a member today. There are membership options for everyone, from full season to 5-game memberships, men's and women's. Visit our website for more information. Don't miss out. Come say hi to our amazing merch team and upgrade your game day style today.
Sydney FC players Margot Chevet and Faye Bryson warming up there. The Ninja A-League continues in the West tonight. Let's hear now from Narlene Masto and Teresa Polias with a preview of Perth Glory against Melbourne Victory.
Final game to wrap up round 5 of the Ninja A-League takes us all the way to Perth as Glory will host Melbourne Victory. Now, T, Perth Glory, of course, they have brought back Casey Dumont. She immediately was in that starting lineup last week. She was incredibly vocal throughout the game. How much do you think her leadership is going to help this side?
Oh, hugely. I think she's a great leader. Casey, she'll be up against her former team as well. And when things get emotional, she really steps up. She really thrives on that. So she'll be a key player for Perth.
I'm sure she'll have a bit of extra motivation as well going up against her former side. Now, as for Victory, they did struggle a little bit against the Mariners, who are more defensively minded. But do you think they could actually perform better against Perth, given that they are more attack-focused?
Yeah, look, they did struggle against the Mariners to break down the lines, and they looked a bit flat in that game, and I think they'll go away thinking, we need to bring the intensity to match that. And we don't know if a couple of their key players will be out given the international games in the meantime, but certainly if Perth Glory did their homework, they'll be trying to sort of replicate what the Mariners did, because that really worked.
Certainly one of the players in this Melbourne Victory side that Jeff Hopkins will be looking to step up is Rachel Lowe. She had a flying start last season, but this term she hasn't managed to get herself on the score sheet. What does Victory need to do to unlock the very best out of her?
Yeah, look, I think, it's a good opportunity for Rachel Lowe to step up, given that some players might not be available. So, look, it's not that she's been playing poorly. I think she has been playing well. I think others are just, scoring the goals, and those are the things that are seen. So it's a long season, and I'm sure, she'll be rewarded for her good play very soon.
This is sure to be an absolute cracker. You do not want to miss the action. Of course, you can tune in on Paramount Plus and 10 Play. Kickoff live at 8 p.m.
Big thanks to Nalene Masto and Teresa Polias there. Let's stick with the Perth Glory theme. Coach Stephen Peters fronted the media this week talking about the impact of the injury to Kelly Brown and how he's preparing the team for tonight's 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time kickoff. Let's hear now from Stephen Peters.
Well, I think going into it without Kelly, I think everyone was probably thinking where the goal's going to come from. And would we have that bite in the front third? And we worked on a good little system there during the week, which I sort of alluded to in my last presser to you guys. And I felt like we stuck to that very well, created some good chances, and definitely should have had, I think, 2 goals in the first half. And I think it would have been a different game if we had done that. But, there were a lot of positives out of the way we played, the combinations that we created, and it was actually the first game we won the possession stat on. So there were a lot of positives out of that game. We're planning as per the program. We're just trying not to look at who's playing for the Matildas and who's not. We're obviously looking at them as a whole team and the patterns that they create. And obviously Gilnick and Chidiac are very, very dangerous players, so we're obviously doing our homework on them. And a couple of other sparks that they have in the team in terms of creating chances. Rachel Lowe's another one that springs to mind, and Flannery's another one that springs to mind, Janchevsky. So they're a very good side, so we need to be definitely at our best to get a result there. But it's a great challenge for us, and we're very, very excited to host them at Sam Kerr for the first time.
Yes, when Stephen Peters says at Sam Kerr, the Sam Kerr Football Centre takes its bow as a Ninja A-League venue. 5 p.m. if you're watching in Perth, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Don't miss it on 10 Play or Paramount Plus. Coming up later today.
Find the balance between excitement and adventure in the 7-seat Isuzu NUX. Go your own way. Get ready to cheer. Just like Liberty supports the A-Leagues, they're on your team too. Whether you're playing a holiday or buying a new home, they can provide the assist you need to kick your free-thinking goals. Liberty, loans for free thinkers. And you can make it with Ninja. Barbecues are better with electric grills that sear and char like a gas grill. Plus, you can also barbecue, smoke and air fry outdoors. Backyard bashes are better with pizza ovens that give you a crispy crust, high heat and roasting barbecue smoking. No matter how you're spending your time outdoors this summer, bring the indoors, outdoors with Ninja.
Whether it's on the A-League website or the A-League's YouTube channel, there's a heap of exciting content all through the week. Check out some of the shows you can watch.
Hello, welcome to the Isuzu Ute A-League download.
Am I talking about the right game? Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Dub Zone. A lot of big names have gone. A lot of leaders have gone.
Hello and welcome to Total A-Leagues.
I still think he's in the top couple of strikers in the league.
They employ that high press, which makes it extremely hard to play out of.
Welcome to the wall. You know who it reminds me of? The Pringles logo.
Yes, if you haven't seen the warm-up, I cannot recommend it highly enough. Make sure you jump on the A-League's website and YouTube channel. So, half-time of this game between Western United and Sydney FC. It's 0-0. These two have never played a draw. Head-to-head, it's 2 wins for Western United and the last 4 wins in a row for Sydney FC. Will we find a winner today? No shortage of chances in the first 45 minutes. But neither team able to break the deadlock so far. Shay Connors was at the heart of a number of Sydney FC opportunities to score. And Alana Cern, even heavier bandaging. She's going to be the $6 million woman by the end of this game if they keep adding bandages to that right arm. Hopefully, she's able to get through this second half without any further trouble. Clean sheet intact for both keepers. Chloe Lincoln, fresh off Matilda's duty last night. And 45 more minutes of work here as the second half gets underway at Ironbark Fields in Tarneit. A draw really does not help either team in their ambitions to push up the ladder. They kicked off as 9th versus 10th. And a draw, as things currently stand with 2 other games to be played today, would see them end the round in 9th and 10th as well, because Adelaide and Newcastle is currently in the first half, and we've got Perth Glory against the Melbourne Victory coming up later tonight. So a draw here would see both these sides lose ground on the top 6 race and the pointier end of the competition. Neither team turning to the bench during the halftime break as Tobin gets caught in possession by Prakash and then engages in a bit of a wrestle. And that was enough to stop Prakash actually bringing a teammate into play. Eggersvik trying to find Kiwahieda. Dos Santos shut down by Grove. Eggersvik. Alana Cern over to Grace Marr. Marr's pass jumped by Tumeth. Tumeth unable to dispossess Grove. Back pass here leaves Taranto scrambling to keep it away from Shay Connors. Now Marr. Hieda to Prakash. Taranto. Caught by the backtracking Connors, but the deflection's a kind one. Prakash keeps it moving. Kiwa Hieda. Carly Johnson calling for the ball. It's Carly Johnson! Saved initially by Franco, and even though it spilled out, defenders were on hand to clear for Sydney FC. Carly Johnson close to scoring a first goal against her former side. And a bright start with the wind at their backs to this second half for Western United. We did expect that there would be a character change in this game, with Sydney playing into the wind and Western United playing with it. And it's only taken 2 minutes for a very good chance and another good save by Talia Franco in the Sydney goal. Ma, long ball, will slide on here, and a more comfortable collect for the 19-year-old keeper. Rolled out to Jordan Thompson. Thompson's pass into the midfield. Hawkesby trying to make it work. Dos Santos offers it up to Cern. Eggersvik dispossessed. Through comes Holman. Ebini, an awkward bounce to deal with. Thompson's pass a little ropey. Tobin comes through, block tackle, falls to Taranto. Now Prakash can turn and distribute. Avani Prakash, well, thought about a long shot instead. Didn't want any of the runners ahead of the ball and got shut down. Caspers coughs up the ball. Here's Medwin. Stopped in her tracks by Lemon, so has to go back and reset. Cern to Ma. Now Grove. Sasha Grove, an early ball. Carly Johnson received the pass, couldn't turn. Tobin knocked it away. Hieda. Tobin again, a player that's holding that defence together for Sydney FC. This time a misdirected pass by Cern relieves the pressure. Here's another look at that chance for Carly Johnson. Great touch to open up the field, but just scuffed it. Did not hit it quite as truly as she might have hoped. And that allowed Talia Franco to get down and make the save. Carly Johnson, who scored back in round 1 against the Wellington Phoenix, so does have a goal to her name so far this season. Prakash, Western United on the move here. The bustling running style. Prakash sends it out to the right. Medwin can whip in a ball. It sits up for Tumeth, and has Tumeth avoided conceding a corner? It appears so. Just a throw in. Western United are appealing, saying it was a corner, and it appears as though the referee agrees. Corner kick coming up. Tumeth, the only player in the game on a yellow card at the moment, picked up in the first half. And Mel Taranto, we saw Mackenzie Hawkesby with the only corner taken from this very position in the first half, honed right in on the target. Are we about to see something similar? Taranto's corner. And it slides to the edge of the box. First header was Eggersvik, but no real threat on the Sydney FC net as it goes harmlessly out. A missed opportunity there for Western to really keep this pressure on. They've had 5 good minutes to start the second half. Thompson. Dos Santos trying to chase down her own header. Got a little toe poke on the ball, but Grove capitalises. And now Chloe Lincoln, who's been a virtual spectator for the first 5.5 minutes since the break. And that just goes to show the effect of the wind, because it was a fairly conventional clearance and it's gone end to end and accelerated as it kept rolling. And oh my God is what Jordan Thompson, you could hear her American accent very distinctly there as she misplaced that pass. Sasha Grove takes over for Western United. Grove to Prakash. Ball runs on. Johnson drew the attention of a couple of defenders. Caspers has the ball. Carly Johnson. Sasha Grove's throw-in. Johnson trying to play the traditional centre-forward role back to goal there. Not her natural position. She is more of a winger, but protected the ball well enough. Prakash past Hawkesby, and it's a foul, and the yellow card is immediately out of the pocket. Second player to be booked today. Hawkesby joins Tori Chumeth on a yellow card. And this was just good body position here from Avani Prakash. Used the first touch to stride past Mackenzie Hawkesby, who tried to disguise the foul as best she could, but ultimately a free kick and a yellow card. And now a mid-range opportunity here. This is very much within the shooting range of Grace Maher, though. With the wind at her back, don't rule out a direct shot on goal from the left footer here. It's probably the discussion that's going on right now. Sydney FC have set the wall. Talia Franco waiting on the goal line. Grace Maher is going to shoot direct, and it clips the top of the net on its way over. And so free kicks in this sort of territory will probably result in a shot today. Maher of a short run-up, trying to drop it in the top left corner, but ultimately put it over the bar. Eggersvik. Cern. Medwin. Prakash. Blown up for the foul this time. Abby Lemon. Back pass here has Thompson chasing after the ball. Chumeth. Chumeth. Sydney FC are preparing a double substitution here. Western United would love to welcome them to the game with a goal. Carly Johnson, it's shooting range for Johnson! She's done it! Carly Johnson comes back to haunt her former club. And a long-range left-footed shot has found the bottom corner. Western United, with the wind at their backs, take the lead. It had been coming for the first 10 minutes of this second half. Carly Johnson had a sighter earlier, got past Tobin, and at the edge of the area, the shot was well and truly on. And it found the corner. The angles were perfect. Sydney FC are going to respond with a double substitution here. They were preparing this sub as that phase of play unfolded, so they were probably making the changes regardless. Holman and Connors off. Luchtmeyer and Chevet come on. So it is 1-0 to Western United. Carly Johnson's goal puts them into the lead. Her second of the season. And a bit of nerves here, Chumeth across the face of goal, but uncontested for Nat Tobin. All the way back to Chloe Lincoln. It is a 7th career goal for Carly Johnson. The youngster out of the Northern Beaches, a Manly United junior, before getting her debut at Sydney FC. And she's really causing havoc now, legged by a good challenge from Tobin. And the ball deflects out for a corner kick. Hieda kept working. And Sydney FC are going to need to come up with a plan, not just to halt the momentum of Western United here, as we see that Nat Tobin tackle again. But they look as far away from scoring a goal of their own as they have all game. But it's all hands on deck in defence for now. And that double change of Connors and Holman for Luchtmeyer and Chevet. Well, they've come on, and their first and immediate priority is to get defending. Taranto's corner. In swing into the far post. Into the side netting. Chance for Ma. Couldn't twist it back towards the target. Grace Ma going for goals in consecutive games after she was Western United's scorer in Unite round. Lent into the header there, but there was a defender on the post, and ultimately out it goes for a goal kick. So the game has really come to life just before the hour mark. Lemon around the corner here, out for a throw. And you wouldn't suspect that Western United's mindset will change too much. There's really not much point going defensive. They're going to have to be careful here, though, because Luchtmeyer has one possession away. It's Amber Luchtmeyer! Scoring for the first time in the Ninja A-League! What a great moment for the 17-year-old. And after winning the Golden Boot over Winter in the New South Wales NPL, she has brought her goal-scoring talents to the national stage and the Ninja A-League. Third appearance, first goal. Amber Luchtmeyer brings the game level 1-1. And it was opportunistic, to say the least. She picked the pocket of Alana Cern and then held her nerve to finish the chance. And hasn't this really sprung to life the game now? Headed from Egersvik. Cern. Now Sardo, and the ball runs out. Well, have they switched off here, Western United? Everyone on the Sydney bench will be feeling pretty good about making that change. Sub comes on and scores with her first real opportunity, and one that she created entirely herself, Amber Luchtmeyer. And now Chloe Lincoln is drawn out, and Luchtmeyer is lurking again. The rest of the Sydney bench are all seated, no more warm-ups going on.
Make sure.
Luchtmeyer. Caspers now. A couple of young Matildas internationals combining, but not at any great pace. Lemon. Now Ubini. Takes on Sardo. Caspers. Chevet. Tobin caught in possession. And Avani Prakash can start a counter-attack. Has she got a teammate helping out, though? It's not lightning quick, Prakash. More of a player who's quick in thought, finding the right pass. And now Medwin, clattered, free kick. And again, it's shooting range for Grace Ma. Here's another look at the foul by Abby Lemon. Yeah, Medwin able to guide the ball past, but not able to stride over herself. And so this free kick, a slightly more acute angle than the chance we saw earlier in the half, but a similar sort of distance. Ma this time is going to look for a teammate, and even though there's two Western United players tumbling in the penalty area, Carly Johnson today has 3 or 4 times perhaps tried to sell contact to the referee without receiving a foul, and even tougher sell when it's in the penalty area. So 1-1 the score at the moment. Amber Luchtmeyer's equalizer, cancelling out the opener from Carly Johnson. Tobin. Hawkesby. And wins a throw in. It's like a switch has been flicked for Sydney FC. They had such a difficult time defending against the wind for the first 10 minutes of this half, and it's almost like the spur of going behind has seen them play with a bit more dare and with a bit less fear. And now we have a really balanced, good contest on our hands. Caspers. Ebini. Princess Ebini drifts it into the box over the head of Dos Santos. And out it goes. So Western United yet to turn to the bench themselves. They do have a range of players that can bolster various positions, but attacking-wise, striker Chiara Di Demizio, who we haven't seen since last year's elimination final, and also Alana Cordolino, who's only 17 years old herself and has played just the one game so far this season. So they've got a striker and a winger, should they want some new faces up forward. Here's Prakash, really running the game at the moment. And this time, Jordan Thompson got the better of her and won the ball, but only short-lived for Sydney FC. Cern. Sato. Back in comes Alana Cern, and this is a good pass. Trying to keep the ball moving is Johnson, and Cern continues the run. Trying to bring Medwin into the equation now, and, well, Jordan Thompson not taking any risks there. That pass looked like it might have been running out for a goal kick. Thompson committed, and it's a Western United corner. And Amy Medwin, even though she's a little worse for wear. Here's a look at the bench. You got Alana Cordolino and Emily Roach, a midfielder there, hiding behind the coaches. So a corner kick, and this will suit the left footer Grace Marr. .65 minutes, or the 65th minute, I should say, and 1-1 the score. Marr to take this corner kick. In swinger from Marr, headed away by Tobin. It's an up and under clearance, and off the shoulder of Tobin. It's gone out for a corner on the opposite side. And the Sydney defence will reset once again. Players also having to shield their eyes when the corners come in from the western side of the ground. Mel Taranto to take the corner. And it comes from Taranto, and too much swing on it. Out it goes for a goal kick. So another defensive stand for Sydney FC keeps the 1-1 scoreline intact. Here's a look at the first corner. It was Tobin's header initially. Medwin back towards Tobin, and no chance of a handball there. The arm tucked in tightly against the body. Talia Franco taking the opportunity to have a deep breath. And restart play with the goal kick. Plenty of distance on it. That's as far as anyone's driven it into the wind today. Marr. Johnson. Now Taranto. Back to Cern. Out to Sato on the right. Princess Ebini stopping her advancing any further forward though. So Marr and the defence call for the ball, and it's long over the top. Volunteered straight to Tobin. Caspers to Lemon. Abby Lemon wins a throw in. Margot Chevet, the other sub that came on along with the goal scorer, Amber Luchtmeyer. Great pass from Thompson. Caspers tried to keep it moving. Chevet Can't find Dos Santos. See the Western subs in the background there are now doing their final warm-ups, all the outfielders and the goalkeeper, Alyssa Daloste. So Kat Smith giving nothing away as to who the first of her subs might be. Egersvik dispossessed here. Luchtmeyer. Now Dos Santos at the edge of the box. Hawkesby with a shot and just a gentle little scoop of the ball down to Chloe Lincoln. Mackenzie Hawkesby, who scored in Unite round against Melbourne City from outside the penalty area, so does have one long shot goal to her name so far this season. Lincoln here. Long clearance, skims off the head of Thompson and flashes out for a throw-in. There's Faye Bryson, the English fullback. Who will she come on for is the question. It'll be Sydney's third sub of the game. Here's Medwin's header. Prakash. Still Avani Prakash can't take the ball. Chevet, hands full with Egersvik. Found Dos Santos. And the ball slides out. Will we see the sub now? That's what Sydney FC are calling for, and Faye Bryson is going to be coming on. And it's Indiana Dos Santos who will make way. So it's an attacking midfielder coming off for a full back here, and this will prompt a bit of a reshuffle.
Indiana Dos Santos being replaced by number 3, Faye Bryson.
Carly Johnson, the goal scorer for Western. Prakash back to Johnson and cleared away by Lemon, and a little full-blooded from Johnson following through there. And that means it was a foul given on Abby Lemon. Sydney FC with the chance to clear their defence. Appears as though Faye Bryson has gone in as a right midfielder. And she's going to be into the action almost straight away here, that pass. Breaking just a little skinny. So even though we've seen Bryson at both left back and right back in her time in the Ninja A-League, seems to be a different plan for her here today, having come on for Indiana Dos Santos. Gmeth remains at right back, Abby Lemon remains at left back, and Bryson further up the pitch. Prakash sends the ball out to Medwin on the right. Amy Medwin against Abby Lemon. Backs her speed here and is able to break past. It's Medwin's cross. And too close to the keeper. Held on to by Talia Franco. And on a couple of occasions in this game, Amy Medwin has really posed some questions to that Sydney FC defence playing over on the right wing. Just couldn't get the cross pinpoint on that occasion. 20 minutes of regulation to go. And the game level 1-1. Western United getting subs ready, but Amber Luchtmeyer wants to put Sydney FC in front. She takes on Sasha Grove, and Grove gets the points in a pretty full-on duel between those two. Neither wanted to give an inch. Header on by Thompson, and now it sits up. Hawkesby prodding it into the penalty area. Header away initially by Ma. Now Bryson. Through comes Hawkesby. And that might be Kiwa Hieta's last act of the game, you suspect. So they're going to bring on the youngster, Alana Cordolino, the 17-year-old here, is going to come on for Amy Medwin. And Emily Roach, the central midfielder, will also be entering the game. And she's going to be replacing Avani Prakash. So Medwin comes off. Busy day for her, but Kat Smith wanting fresh legs out on that wing, and the speedster Alana Cordolino is who they're looking to. Just her second appearance in the Ninja A-League. And a pretty good outing in central midfield for Avani Prakash as well. Emily Roach, same position, but a very different sort of player. Not quite the creator that Avani Prakash can be, so you wonder who the responsibility might fall on in that central midfield to try and play the killer pass or to set the attackers away. Sydney FC can harbour ambitions of winning this game from here. They've steadied and been able to absorb some of Western's best stuff defending against the wind. Chevet. And now Roach, first touch off the bench, cleared away by Taranto. Tobin. Chevet. Chimeth.
Find the pocket.
Hopeful crossfield ball headed away by Sardo. Here goes Alana Cordolino. Roach, the two subs combining, and now we get to see the speed of Cordolino. Can she get to the ball? She can't. She is such an exciting prospect, the youngster who was actually a part of the Calder United team in her younger years, coming through the NPL Victoria, but most recently in the last couple of years has been at the Victorian NTC and the Bulleen Lions. Roach. Cordolino. Thompson. Caspers. Roach pressing right up on Tobin, who is able to get past initially. Roach, can she get back in? She can't. Tobin's pass, really clever from Bryson. Caspers keeps it moving. Sato comes across to try and clear. Booted it straight into Luchtmeyer, who then gets wiped out for her trouble. And Western United are away. Here goes Carly Johnson. Has she got anyone in support? Cordolino making ground. Johnson bides her time, shoots from distance, Carly Johnson. And it was over the crossbar. Well, the confidence is up here from the 20-year-old winger. She's been recast as a centre forward today and is making a really good fist of it. So 16 minutes of regulation to go. Before this season started, many picked these two teams to be top 6 outfits, potential contenders to win either the premiership or the championship. And this game has been a slow burn in the first half, but it's been a really exciting back and forth contest here in the second, as these teams show us what they're all about. Tobin from the centre of defence. Ma reads it best in the air. Eggersvik heard the shout in midfield. Roach gives the ball away to Tobin. Now Hawkesby. And through comes Grove.
Good, very good. Options in the pocket.
And that pass from Thompson misses Tori Chimeth. So Western take over inside their attacking half. Back pass here, Ma being pursued by Luchtmeyer. The clearance is going to work out. Taranto crashing in on Chevet. Ball spills to Caspers. Ebini. Chimeth clips it over the top. Ma first to the ball. Now Grove. And blocked away by Caspers. Johnson has come right down deep into the defensive half to help out here. Western United pinned deep in defence. Maybe a goal kick is what they need to clear the lines. Captain Grace Ma still marshalling that defence. Crowd finding their voice again, trying to get behind the home side. They've only played a handful of A-League women's games here in Tarneit. They're trying to turn it into a home ground that can have a pronounced advantage for them. Fans will play a key part in that. Chimeth looks up at Eggersvik, really hugging the line. Caspers, 1-2 with Bryson. Didn't keep it in, ran out of real estate. Hard up against the line. Groves throw in, off the head of Chimeth. Hawkesby, Luxmeyer. She's evasive as Amber Luxmeyer. Running here at CERN. Still going Luxmeyer. And squares it to Abini. And Abini caught in possession by Taranto. Well, I do wonder, was Amber Luxmeyer a little bit unselfish there? Tried to do the team thing and play it to Princess Abini. And you see there Taranto making that challenge that put the shot off. A free kick for Sydney FC in the meantime. Just wonder, could Amber Luxmeyer have gone for goal there on the tight angle? Here's Bryson now, lifting it over the bar. Just the one goal so far in her time in Australia. Faye Bryson was wearing the colours of Central Coast Mariners when she scored against the Victory last season. Still yet to open her account for Sydney FC. Risky pass here is asking a lot of Taranto, and a foul from Chevet will get Western United out of trouble. Sydney FC dropping off, defending a lot deeper now. And that will allow Grace Maher to probe into the attacking half. Johnson tried to turn away from Thompson, but the defender won the ball away. Ebini able to ride the challenge of Sato and find Tumeth, who's directing traffic, but now doesn't like the forward options. Bryson against Eggersvik. Through comes Chevet. Maher's pass intercepted by Abini. Popped over the top, and Maher won the header, keeping it from Bryson. Hieda cuts it back inside. Taranto nicks it off the toes of Hawkesby. A bit helter-skelter from both teams at the moment. Chimeth calms things down with a pass back to Thompson. Thompson's long ball. Sato wins the header. Second ball nearly for Luxmeyer. Didn't sit up. Taranto away. Cordolino loses out to Lemon. Back pass to Tobin. In comes Cordolino. Made it awkward. But Sydney FC, well, they did end up coughing up the ball, but that long pass will be dealt with by Tumeth. Franco calls her off. The clearance, though. Well, Roach's first touch abandoned her. No foul. Play continues. Here's Johnson. Carly Johnson sees options over on the right. Forward comes Sato here and puts it high and wide. Game number 38 in the A-League Women's for Julia Sato today. She's never scored a goal in the National League across her career with Perth, Melbourne City, and now Western United. Doesn't get forward too often, the defender. She was a more prolific scorer in her junior days, but actually had a fairly long break from football in her mid-20s due to persistent injuries before coming back and refinding the talent that had made her a junior Matilda as a teenager. And we're going to see a substitution here. Sarah Eggersvik comes off, and the Colombian-American Isabel Dehakis comes on. So Eggersvik has put in a power of work in that midfield, and Dehakis, who is a pretty mean long shot, could be the secret weapon here for Western United to try and find a winning goal. She'll set up in midfield, but she can really ping them from distance. Watch out if she gets into shooting range. Tobin's long ball here. Maher coming across, beaten to the ball by Bryson. Here's Luxmeyer, crossing it towards Hawkesby. Cleared away by Sato. Chevet trying to trap it down. Caspers loses out here to Carly Johnson. Numbers breaking down the right here for Western. Roach, and then overhit the pass, trying to send it out towards Cordolino. There is Alana Cordolino, who's set up over on that right wing. He's going to try and get released out into open space. That pass just a bit too much on it. Here's Cordolino on the ball now. Takes on Lemon. Cordolino with Lemon going stride for stride, and Lemon has done well to come back and win the tackle. Crossfield pass, headed away by Grove. Jumeth. Caspers in behind, all about the cutback here. Caspers can't find a teammate. Sato takes the sting out of the cross and just boots to clear. Sydney FC's turn to press for what might be a winning goal if we see one now. We had a quick exchange of goals earlier in the half, but it does feel as though it could be next goal wins. Here's Dahakis, first real moment off the bench, and what a pass that is. Kiwa Hieda streaming forward and running wide. Hieda twists it back. Carly Johnson at the near post. Couldn't control the ball. Tobin, a cool customer at the centre of defence. Still working hard, Carly Johnson. Here's another look. It was Hieda's cross, and in lunging to get to the ball, there wasn't a great deal more that Johnson could do with it. Hieda sliding on here. Thompson's header initially. Still Kiwi Hieda. Sliced by Tobin, and with a lot of backspin, it's finding its way out for a throw. Is this Western United's moment to press for a winner of their own? Deflection here, both teams appealing, and you see the desperation of Thompson there to clear it out, so I think she suspected it was last touch Sydney and avoids conceding a corner kick. Kaylee Talon-Henniker has been sent to go and do one last warm-up for Sydney FC. So their super sub is going through her final paces before coming on, it seems. Roach, good block tackle, and then loses possession straight back. Caspers and Bryson, intercepted by Ma, steps away from Luchtmeyer, but Luchtmeyer is persistent. Ma, well, that's clever from Grove, but only if you can then run onto your work, and it's cleared away by Thompson. Through comes Ma. Now Dahakis. Isabel Dahakis, down the line it goes, great touch by Grove. The return pass from Hieda. Dahakis continued the run. It spills to Johnson. And a good tackle from Hawkesby to extract the ball. Chevet, 5 minutes of regulation to go. A big finish coming up here. Who is going to grab 3 precious points and climb the table? Nat Tobin tries to take the game on. Centre back, unable to get any further past Taranto. Cordolino down the line. Carly Johnson off and running, and cleared away by Thompson, out for a throw. The American centre back trying to keep the spirits high amongst her teammates. And here comes the super sub, Kaylee Talon-Henniker, who won the Sydney Derby a couple of weeks ago with a late goal, is going to get just 4 minutes of regulation plus stoppage time here to come on and try to make an impact. Princess Abini leaves the game. Next time we see her in a Ninja A-League game, she will be breaking Teresa Polias' record for most appearances for Sydney FC. And you can see there, Chiara Di Demizio is waiting in the wings. Not coming on just yet, though. Dahakis takes possession, surrounded by Sydney opponents. Grove. Taranto, edge of the box. Roach here. Lifts up to a volley, and Franco is going to claim possession. So next break in play, we'll see Chiara Di Demizio come on for the first time this season. Another Sydney sider who's moved down to Western United for an opportunity at the A-League Women's. Here's Roach. Hieda leaves it with Johnson. And where earlier in the half, a shot from that position found the corner. This time it catches a big deflection off Tori Tumeth and goes out for a corner. And Western United are going to make the change. Kiwa Hieda's last involvement in the game, and Chiara Di Demizio, with one A-League women's goal to her name, has 3 minutes plus stoppage time here to try and find number 2 and find a win for the home side. And she comes on with Western United having a corner kick deep in attack. In comes the corner. And it's into the near post. What a sub! Chiara Di Demizio with her very first touch of the ball. It's a dream moment for the striker. First time we've seen her this season, and it's finding the back of the net. And will that be the winner for Western United? Great corner from Taranto, and Chiara Di Demizio says, good afternoon, here I am, first touch of the ball into the back of the net. And the smile is just glowing on the young striker there. Has waited until round 5 to get an opportunity on the pitch and may just have grabbed all 3 points for Western United. Just the 5th game of the 23-year-old's career. Now, Luchtmeyer grabbed the equalizer earlier. Tori Tumeth saved. What a stop. The outstretched leg of Chloe Lincoln. Sydney FC nearly equalised from kickoff. They're not done with, not by a long shot. They've got 1 minute plus stoppage to try and grab an equaliser again. Thompson looping high. And now Taranto, whose assist from the corner a moment ago, separated these teams. Here's the youngster Cordelino, and she's shut down by Lemon. How many minutes of stoppage will Sydney FC get to chase this game? Tobin. Talon Henniker. Well, it was a story of 2 super subs. The Western United one scored. Talon Henniker, can she get a look at an opportunity here? Might be drawn in right now. Caspers, and here's Talon Henniker. A chance to have her say in the game. Kaylee Talon Henniker cuts onto the right foot. And now Hawkesby back out of the penalty area. Talon Henniker loads up again. A deflected cross. DeHakis lunges out to the ball. Cleared by Sardo. Second ball is on for Roach. 4 additional minutes, signals the assistant on the sideline. Plenty of time for Sydney FC. And can Western United shut things down? Cleared away by Sasha Grove. This goal from Di Demizio has vaulted Western United up to 5th on the table on the live ladder. That's the power of 3 points. Cat Smith. Will the instructions come to waste time to go to the corner? There's your goal scorer, Chiara Di Demizio. Imagine the adrenaline pumping. You run off the bench and score with your very first touch of the ball. And if Sydney FC are defeated here, they will be sitting 10th and vulnerable to Perth Glory leapfrogging them in the later game today. An equaliser would change all that. 1 of the additional 4 minutes ticked by. Shadow starting to creep across the ground. Di Demizio battling for possession. DeHakis. All the subs getting involved. Grove. Long ball over the top. Trapped down by Tobin, but Roach is there to capitalise on the second ball. And a really smooth sidestep. Emily Roach, does she go to the corner? She's going towards the penalty area. Margot Chevet shut her down. Caspers. Bryson with it all to do. Takes the game on. Takes on Grove. Sasha Grove trying to get back goal side, and she does. She's done really well there, Sasha Grove. Wins a free kick as well. Frustration spilling out from Faye Bryson. And a yellow card out of the pocket for the English defender. Look at that, maturity from Amber Luckmeyer. Comes across and says, no more arguments. We've only got 2 minutes left to try and do something about an equalising goal. Here's another look, and at that point, Sasha Grove had done enough to stop the momentum, and the frustration spilled out. Restart from Dahakis. Chevet. Roach is really pressing, and she's been effective, almost like a highly positioned defender from the front for Western United's cause. Caspers, Chevet, now Hawkesby, blocked immediately. Brilliant from Taranto, and now through the left channel. Mel Taranto with 1 assist already, goes for the nutmeg on Tobin, squares it to the top of the box. Roach is there and turns into the challenge of Lemon. The ball spills, through comes Dinamizio. Not enough power to trouble Franco, but we're into the last minute. No time wasted by Franco, but it's going to be volleyed back and down to the corner. It'll roll out for a goal kick. They've only got seconds left to play with here, Sydney FC. Tobin. Talon Henniker. Held up by Sato. Kaylee Talon Henniker loads up and goes again. Luxmeyer, legged, free kick. And so one last set piece. Yellow card as well. Costa doing business at this late stage of the game. Stoppage time is up. Last hurrah for Sydney FC. An equaliser here could be so important down the road. High from Hawkesby. Falls at the edge of the box. The clearance away. All on the generosity of the referee from here. They're out of time, Sydney. Western United make Ironbark Fields a winner. And it's their super sub, Kiara Dinamizio. Her day, her goal, and a late winner off the bench. The sort of thing that Ninja A-League dreams are made of. She can scarcely believe it. And Western United, who took the lead, coughed it up in short order to a first goal from Amber Luchtmeyer in this competition. Dug deep to find a winner, and that's what it means to Julia Sato and Mel Taranto there at full time. 3 precious points in the bank. Western United 2, Sydney FC 1. Well, the first half of this game was a slow boil. The second half really came to the bubble. Go back into the first half, though. It was a host of chances fired on Chloe Lincoln's goal. Sydney FC attacking with the wind at their backs. Lincoln saving here from Tori Tumeth. And then Western United's best chance of the first half when they were going against the wind was Kiwa Hieda here, drawing an excellent close-range save out of Talia Franco, who I don't think really could be considered at fault for either of the 2 goals she conceded today. So maybe she keeps the gloves for another week. That chance there for Shay Connors, whose first goal of the season continues to evade her. That one bending wide at the target, and then this was a great claim from the goalkeeper, Chloe Lincoln, right at the end of the half as Mackenzie Hawkesby tried to score direct from a corner kick. And then this chance here for Connors as well. An errant touch from Cern opened the door, and Connors not able to put it on the target in the end. And Princess Abini